What is going on YouTube? It is FlopFish here, and welcome back to Packing It Up, episode number 4, and this is the first gameplay video of the episode, or the series, and so pretty excited for it, but word of warning, as we face a Canucks fan here, I was pretty tired when recording this. I think it was like 11:30 at night, and I've been up since about like, I don't know, probably 7 that morning or so. So long day, and it was actually probably closer to 12 midnight when I was playing. But yeah, so right off the opening draw, Tavares gets a nice little opening there and almost finds a way to score, but saved by Halak, and Halak actually made a few good saves right there. And right off the opening draw, or off the next draw, Boschman's gonna intercept a pass right here, and he's gonna try to find someone up here. Instead, he's just gonna skate it up. Decided to skate up here, and he's gonna get a nice little dodge around teaming in, put the shot off the pad of Halak, and he cannot control the rebound. And Jeff Carter opens up the hut, or Packing It Up hut team scoring. So first goal of the series, pretty cool here. And then TJ Gagliardi, absolute monster, creates some space, but gets denied by Halak again. And Brizgalov was actually playing very solid in the first period, made quite a few good glove saves and good blocker saves. But then all of a sudden, the weaker point shot comes in here, and all of a sudden it's like, uh-oh, this isn't a good sign. Again, nice blast from the point by Stahl, but again, weaker shot, and that's how the first period ended right there. So again, wasn't, the best period, but was still fairly solid. Right here, Carl Alsner, absolutely bad luck there, as he just lines up the guy, and he doesn't even flinch when he gets hit. And just nice little finish by the guy. I forget who. I think it was Horton who finished it. And then all of a sudden, breakaway, bad line change, and Clifford, the big red dog, comes back and ends up shutting down that opportunity here. And again, second period remains with us down by 1. Still playing a fairly solid game in my opinion, and in my opinion, probably the best game I played the entire night. Now, right off the opening draw here, Gabrick's going to do some work, trying to dangle in here, and he's actually going to end up having his pass intercepted here, and they're going to carry it back here, and going to create a scoring chance here. And what do you know, Nathan Horton, again, just absolutely blows by everyone, and somehow finds a way to pot that puck in. Again, not exactly my favorite goal to have scored on me, because I don't feel like Nathan Horton is that fast, but what are we going to do here? We're going to try to rebound as fast as we can here. So Lupul gets a nice little steal here, gets checked off the puck by Van Riemsdyk, but is able to poke it up to himself. And after a little bit of a battle, Voracek gets it out of the corner, skates into the high slot, and rips a snapper, top corner, where Mom keeps the peanut butter, and all of a sudden we're down by 1. But again, Nick Schultz fails to make a poke check there, and Brizgalov actually really bails me out there, and he actually bailed me out a few times on a few big saves. But right off the draw here, it's not going to be a pretty sight, as he's going to win it right back to Bieksa, who's going to let a fairly weak shot on goal, and it's going to find a way past Brizgalov, who seemed to have some humongous big holes to go along with his humongous big saves. But right here we get a nice opportunity here, but neither Lupul or Voracek could find the back of the net there. Don't know if that's a chemistry issue, but again, the shot's coming from everywhere, and we just could not bulge twine there. So we're down 4-2 with a minute left here, and Gagliardi's going to get a nice feed from Wickenheiser. Going to dish it back to the Wick, but the Wick cannot finish, neither can Gagliardi. Again, 2 grade A chances that I just could not finish on, and that was kind of the story of this game, as he's actually going to end up putting another goal on the board, and this game is going to end in a 5-2 final here. Again, a game that I felt like I played fairly solid, but nonetheless, Brizgalov didn't perform 100% as planned, and here's his goal right here. Again, not exactly a strong one, but what can you do? He made the move and got in, and Brizgalov exactly wasn't playing that great. So that's how the game finished there. And then we're going to move on to the, I guess, nice little roster change here. We're going to swap out Brizgalov for Backstrom here. And was thinking about changing up some of the lines a little bit here, but decided to leave them alone for the next game just to see how it plays out. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to hop right into the next game upcoming here. So we end up joining in this game at the 2-minute mark of the first period here, where Brett Seabrook picks off the dump out from their zone and gets tripped up, but he's going to carry the puck in. He's going to rifle backhand over the glove hand side of Antoniemi in net, and oh my goodness, what kind of face is that? That's it. We're calling it Seabrook from now on Derpface, because let's be serious here. That is a really messed up face. I don't even think his mom could really like that face. Let's be serious here. Yeah, that was kind of mapped ugly, and that actually ended up being the only goal of the first period here. Fairly even period, and all of a sudden we get into the next period here, and it's just shot after shot. Backstrom is really shutting down the door. He had about 5 or 6 really good high-quality one-timers before. Finally, really bulging twine here on another play right here. Seemed like all his passes were just finding that zone where, he couldn't really defend, and it was just out of the reach of all the players here. And so we finished the first period down 1-1 here, and he's going to get a nice little tie-up face-off on the power play here, and he's going to get some nice possession down in the corner. He's going to find a way out in front to Booth. Booth, again, fires a one-timer. Rebound goes right out to him, and he ends up burying it. I think that was Stoll there with the goal for him, and we are now down 2-1. And then another one-timer in the slot. He's just getting one-timer after one-timer, and Niemi's just shutting down the door. And Gagliardi's going to carry the puck up from us, going to weave through everyone. Fails to land his deke, but nonetheless, Niemi's going to make a crucial mistake and pass it right out to the guy you really don't want to pass the puck to with an empty net, in Jonathan Tavares, and he finishes, tying the game up at 2. Again, he gets a chance after chance, and Derpface ends up taking a penalty here, already making up for his goal, and he actually took 2. He was actually the person who took the penalty on the 1 goal there, and as his penalty is ending, Alzner ends up taking a penalty himself, and all of a sudden we're down 2 men, and just 10-20 seconds into that power play, Stoll's going to end up burying another goal there, and he goes up 3-2. Nice one-timer goal there, and it's just one-timer goal after one-timer goal. Backstrom was just keeping us into it, and with under a minute left, he's actually going to make a crucial miss on that nice little breakaway chance there, and again, another little breakout chance, but cannot get to it, and Gagliardi's going to play pretty aggressive, gets it checked at the point there, but nonetheless gets the puck back on a breakaway, makes a dodge, goes forehand backhand over Niemi, tying the game up with just under 30 seconds left in the third period, and we're actually going to sit back and buckle up and get ready to go into overtime, where it actually was a fairly even game here. Again, I feel like I was outplayed, and we're actually going to let the announcers take over this one, so here we go.
And with that drop of the puck, overtime's underway. They'll work from the point. Pass right back to him. Scores, and that's going to end this one in overtime.
Marian Gaborik ends up coming clutch just 38 seconds into overtime, managing to poke the puck off the defender's stick and into the net, getting a bit of a lucky goal. But after that game, I really did not like the way Alzner was playing, and I really wanted to bump up Schultz and reward him for that, and so ended up making a little bit of changes there, and I think I ended up actually changing up Lupo with Gagliardi and bumping Booth up and moving Lupo down to the 4th line. I think those are pretty much all the changes I made in this episode. So as we go forwards here, the team's going to change up a little bit again, because it's just, again, something just didn't feel right to me. I'm going to have to try to open some more packs, or maybe I'll throw in Hemsky into the lineup and see how he does, because right now the team just seems to be missing a couple players on it. While there's some players that are playing really good like Carter, it's just really something just feels slightly off here. And so we end up actually getting into the game, and it's a very boring first period, probably the best first period I played all day though, or all night, and it's gonna get fairly ugly here as Derpface again makes a crucial mistake. I don't know what he was doing, not covering his defender, and one-timer cross crease, big rebound, and all of a sudden back of the net, and it's a 1-0 game. Nothing you can do there for Backstrom. He ended up really outplaying me in the second and third period, and it was just a really tough game. It was a good game overall, and again, another rebound goal off a one-timer. Seemed like pretty much every goal was off a one-timer or a rebound against me today, and we ended up getting a power play with about 20 seconds left, but could not muster up any offense despite this high-powered offensive lineup. And again, I think we're going to have to make some changes upcoming here, because it was a bit of a disappointment to not score, especially with some speedsters like Gaborik and Raymond on the lineup. But again, 2-0 loss, so we are now 1-2, and it doesn't get any prettier as the night goes on here. So after that game, I really wasn't liking it, and I decided, you know what, we're going to make some lineup changes here. So we're actually going to bump Gagliardi, who's been one of our best players, up to the first line, Raymond down to the second line, and we're actually going to bring in a player off the bench in Loktionov, and we're actually going to throw him onto the first line and see how he performs up there. Again, AHL players tend to be somewhat speedy, so I figured it might be a good little pick putting him up there. And we're going to bump all our centers down a line here and kind of see how they play out. And overall, you know, it's just one of those games where I think it could have played better here, but yeah, we're actually going to I think we're going to actually just sit out I think, did we sit out Gagne? I don't think we did. Actually, yeah, we end up doing that. I completely forgot what I was going to say there. But yeah, so we end up also putting in Koivu, and I believe we put in Stamp Pelly here. Smith Pelly, Stamp Pelly is his hockey nickname, on the hockey card nickname, on the 4th line there. And again, we end up mixing up the defensive pairings a little bit here, keeping the pylon Alsner on the 4th or on the 3rd pairing. Really looking to hopefully pick up a defenseman in a pack soon for him, because he was absolutely horrible and trash. And honestly, there are many times where I would have been better off with having a pylon out there with him, because he just couldn't hit, he couldn't skate, he couldn't take a shot, anything to do with him. He kind of just failed that. And last but not least, we end up throwing Briz in the net and give Backstrom a day off from putting the team on his back for a couple games. So we end up getting a game here against a guy rocking the Vancouver Giants logo. And I was pretty excited to play him, knowing that I had to work tomorrow too. I was kind of getting pretty tired. So again, this was one of those games where I was just like, eh. And you can tell right away, as soon as I got into this game, the whole game was like this. It was like I was playing on dial-up or something like that. Probably worse than dial-up, to be honest. And it was just an absolute pain. And again, nothing I can do on the goal there. I tried to check him the best as I could, but I was about a second behind in my controls. And it's really, really hard to play like that. But only being down 1-0, I figured, you know what? Stranger things have happened. Maybe the connection will improve. But it didn't. And again, take an interference penalty because of this. And just because I went to hit and the leg kicked in. But again, it seemed like actually Derpface got a nice hit there. But it seemed like it was a pretty brutal game, and it was just the whole game was like this, and it seemed like he had no issues as far as his connection goes. And that's just extremely frustrating when something like that happens, because you have no control over it. You know you're not going to win the game, and it's just lagging left, right, and center. Again, right here, there's nothing I can do about this. I tried switching players for a long time, and it's just nothing would work. No matter what I did, I'd just be laggy, and it was honestly one of those games where, you know what, I really could do nothing. So what did I end up doing? After he scores his 4th goal right here, I am saying, you know what, I'm pretty tired. I'm going to have no chance in this game. It's brutal to play anyways if I'm not going to have fun in it, and I know I'm going to lose. I'm just going to actually go ahead and take a quit on it and take the did not finish loss on this face-off right here, because once again, it was just a pain to play, and I really just didn't want to finish this game with that bad of a connection. So ended up taking the did not finish there, and I'm actually probably not going to count that as a loss, to be honest, because I feel like I could have beat him if I had a solid connection. But let's go ahead and let's check out our stats here. And maybe that's why our players weren't doing that well, because we only have like 8 players who are registered to having a game played here, and our goalies. But, you know, only 8 players with having a game played, it probably explains why the rest of them are invisible. But anyways, guys, that pretty much sums everything up here. I think actually Carter's been one of our best players, so I might try to see where he'll fit in the future. And I think I'm actually going to do some packs next time and try to get some new players in here. Yeah, so if you guys enjoyed the video, please leave a like. If you enjoy the series at all, or if you're new to it, there will be the previous episode in an annotation, and then you can just kind of follow those all the way back to the starting video, which is actually 500k pack openings, and which is pretty cool. But anyways, guys, as always, take it easy and peace out.